Hey guys, Wobble here. Yeah, I'm finally going to make a video now. Sorry it's taken so bloody long. I've had a lot going on recently. I've had to, I was doing work placement for the first sort of month that I was away. So during that month I didn't want to really focus on making videos or anything. I just wanted to focus purely on this placement that I was doing. And then the second month, there's been a lot of things going on. First thing was, well, my dog got attacked by 2 other dogs. The other owners did nothing about it. Like the full story, my mum was walking the dog and then these 2 other dogs, some, I don't know, bull terriers, I don't know what the hell they were, I wasn't there. But I think they were bull terriers or something. And then, yeah, they both ganged up on my dog. The owners did nothing about it. And then, yeah, my little Jimmy, his name's Jimmy. I thought it was a good name, alright? Jimmy's got 24 stitches or staples or whatever and a punctured penis. So that wasn't fun. No, not at all. I don't know why I'm even having a laugh about that, but like, oh no, just the way I say, yeah, you know, he's got a punctured penis, you know. But anyway, that happened a little while ago. He's made a pretty good recovery, but yeah. And on top of that, I've had my current job. You know, I've had a lot going on there too. I've got a new manager in, and there's been a lot of changes, and there's been a lot of new staff come in, and I'm the oldest staff member there. I've been there longer than anyone else, I think. Yeah, pretty much. So I've had to come in a lot and teach people, what to do and stuff. But yeah, apart from all that, yeah, it's just been a pretty hectic time. I wanted to talk about a few things today, about lethality and Kha'Zix's evolved ult, because there was a few changes in the meta, obviously. If you haven't been living under a rock, you'd know that Duskblade is pretty fucking busted, which I'm loving right now. But now it's sort of a tank meta, so it kind of evens itself out. Oh yeah, you get this fucking sick item Kha'Zix, but now you have to deal with fucking tanks every game, and then they just like outplay you by standing next to you and killing you with Sunfire. Or if you Cho'Gath, you just press R, dude. Like, just fucking who needs mechanics? Just press R, dude. It's like, shit, it's all good, mate. So, yeah, there's that. And then, before I get onto that, I just wanted to say, Unranked Diamond, I haven't forgotten about that. In fact, the series is actually done. I just need to edit it together and put it all together and then release it to you boys. So, I reckon what I'm going to do is I'm going to get it all done, and then I'll upload it like maybe 1 a day or something. Or like 1 a week or something like that. Excuse me. So the first thing, lethality. Yeah, it's good. It's pretty fucking good. I'm loving it right now. How does this change build paths for Kha'Zix? I mean, before the lethality changing came out, my build was, it was like Warriors, Duskblade, Ghostblade, and then build situationally. And I'd probably slot in a Tiamat whenever I felt necessary. But I've been doing a bit of experimentation, and I was doing the normal build, what I usually do. But now pardon me. Now I straight up skip the jungle item. I just go straight for Duskblade. I just leave it. I don't even get like red smite or blue smite. Actually, also like that's a consideration. You can go for like one of those smites, but I've been going a lot of greens. I've been going a lot of the green item actually, because I find that getting that extra vision really helps Kha'Zix, and then you can have a sweeper, and then you can have your Duskblade as well. But I mean, it's all playstyle preference. Rushing Warriors is fine as well. But I find just capitalising on that power spike as early as possible, even skipping the jungle item, it actually helps quite a bit. And your damage seems to be a lot better as a result. And you get that earlier lethality and all that. So your early dueling's a bit better. But of course you have a little bit less sustain because you don't have your full jungle item and you don't have your red or blue smite. But of course you can obviously buy that before getting Duskblade, and then just leaving the item not upgraded to Warriors or whatever. And that'll work fine as well. And then after Duskblade, I generally, of course, go Ghostblade. Tiamat, what about Tiamat? I think you can buy Tiamat even before Duskblade. It just depends on the situation. I like to get it after Duskblade personally, because then I tend to finish Duskblade on, an average game at about 9 to 11 minutes or something. And then after that, you kind of want to have the faster clears, and the Tiamat really helps with that. So you can be going around and doing more on the map. That's the main advantage of Tiamat, not to mention all the combos you can do with it. And then, of course, Ghostblade, I generally get 80% of games afterwards. If they've got a lot of tanks, I tend to go for the Last Whisper, then a Ghostblade or something like that. It just kind of depends on what the enemy composition's made up of. If they've got like really tanky mages, then I might not get Ghostblade at all. And then I might opt for, you know, maybe more like magic defense or something. It depends what it is, you know, or I don't know. Say against like a Vladimir, I'd go straight for that Mortal Reminder as like my second item or whatever. Like I'd go Duskblade to at Mortal Reminder or something like that. It all depends. Kha'Zix is very flexible in his builds, so you don't have to worry about it too much. But yeah, apart from that, there's not really much else to say on it. Like, your builds are pretty much the same, it's just that your items are better, so that's awesome stuff. And of course, as I mentioned, the evolved ult on Kha'Zix. Now, for quite a while this season, I've considered this evolution. Like, I mean, I remember way back when the rework happened, I was like, this ult's awesome. And, you know, I really like it, but unfortunately at the time it just wasn't very viable compared to things like your evolved Q. Even evolved W was a lot better for that 80% slow, a lot more consistent. But now with the recent buff that they did to the evolved ult, where now it's 1.5 seconds per charge, so you get 3 seconds in total instead of 2.5, which is quite good on its own. But that also affects the evolved ultimate. So when you're cheating through bushes and you're ganking lanes, and even when your ult's on cooldown to begin with, it just gives you that little bit extra, you know? And that little extra actually makes a huge impact because it allows you to get a lot closer to your target and allows you to chain the bushes a lot more effectively without having to itemize into Moby Boots every time. Even though Moby Boots are very good right now as jungle as well. And this only helps, honestly, because now you can just, as long as you proc your ultimate on a bush, then you can just pretty much go wherever, as long as you don't get damaged by skill shots or AoE damage effects such as something like that. Of course, evolving ult first does come with downsides, and it is something that I still consider to be situational. I would not get it if you're behind, because if you are behind, you really need the benefits of Q, which of course is better DPS, I suppose better 1v1s, better clear speed, better objective control, and all that sort of thing. The evolved ult is good if you are ahead because you can snowball your lead with ganks that are pretty much almost undetectable unless they've got really deep wards or something. But even then, you stealth in that bush, and if you can chain it effectively, well, they can't see where you've gone, you know? And you can do a lot of juking stuff with it, and you can see a bit of gameplay on the screen, and I suppose there's a few examples there where you see I've just juked people or I've gotten these ganks where they never saw it coming, you know? So, it's good stuff. It's awesome. And it's a lot of fun. Like, it's... I'm having a lot of fun with this patch right now. Except for the fact that I'm on a massive loss streak, but... I'm not going to talk about that. I'm pretty tilted, but... it happens. And one final thing about the Evolved Ultimate... Yeah, I find that I wasn't having success because of the Duskblade buffs or anything, or lethality buffs. I was testing it a fair bit before the Duskblade changes even happened, and I was having a great deal of success. Of course, Duskblade does make the Evolved ult even better, but before that even happened, like, you know, it's still at the same strengths, it's still the same weaknesses, it's just that its strengths are now a little bit stronger. It just got stronger, basically, is what I'm trying to say, because of Duskblade. But before that, it was still fine. So when Duskblade does get nerfed, it does get nerfed pretty heavily. I still think Evolved ult, as long as the ult itself is unchanged, will still be a pretty decent pickup. And with evolving ult, one other thing I forgot to mention is that if you do evolve ult, you do have to sacrifice either your Q or your W in the late game when you hit level 16. I tend to get rid of, I tend to not evolve W in those cases because I like my Q, alright? W is probably better in the late game anyway, because your burst is still the same as Kha'Zix, it's just that your Q cooldown is shortened or whatever. And of course you could also just say stuff it and not evolve your leap, but then you're not a Kha'Zix main if you do that, because why would you do that when the reason you're playing Kha'Zix is for them dank-ass resets? Like, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit, mate. I don't want to hear it, alright? I don't know, maybe it does work. If it does work, that's good for you, mate, but Don't let me catch you doing it, alright? Because that's disgusting. You want the wings, mate. The wings of your life. You gotta have your chicken wings before you can... Just fucking evolve your leap, alright? At some stage in the game. And finally, I want to touch a little bit on the new champ, Kane. He's a lot of fun. I'm not going to try and give my opinion on what the best way to play him is, because I haven't figured it out. I'm not the best at him, but it's nice to have another 80 assassin jungler thing to the roster, along with Rengar and stuff. But I don't really tend to enjoy the other junglers. That's why I'm a Kha'Zix one trick. That's, you know, that's why I play so much Kha'Zix. Like, you know, Rengar's rework, I mean, a lot of the Rengar mains consider him really clunky or whatever. I can't really say because I've never really committed much time to playing him. But I suppose when I do play the new Rengar, he's not that fun. I mean, when you're fed, he's obviously fun, but anyone's fun when they're fed, so... And then, I guess Lee Sin kind of fits in that category. Again, Lee Sin just isn't the champ for me. I mean, I've tried to play him, but he's just... His kit, I just don't like playing it. I know that sounds crazy to a lot of people, because people are like, oh, Lee Sin's the funnest dude to play with. I can't stand him. He's just like fucking... I don't know. It's just not for me, alright? I'm not going to go there. But Kane, Kane's fucking fun, dude. Like, you know, being able to wall run and stuff, and... You know, you have your 2 forms and all that, and yeah, he's pretty good. And the recent buff they did to him, where they buffed his ultimate, and they did a lot of bug fixes because his bonus damage on assassin form wasn't applying to things such as Duskblade proc and Sheen, I think it was, and a few other things, and that made him quite strong. And I haven't really played a lot in his other form, the Darkened form last or whatever, but yeah, no, it's he's pretty fun, and he's got a bit of a skill cap to him, which is what I like. Well, it's more evident in his assassin form, because, yeah, if you miss position, you're pretty fucked. So you got to be quite careful with him. But with that said, though, I think his red form is stronger. Like, when his red form slightly gets ahead, and if he gets a favourable fight, I just see the guy just 1v3. And it's really funny, because sometimes, like... You know, a lot of talk about this champ was, oh, he was really weak. And I thought, you know, and a lot of the time when I played him, I'm like, yeah, this dude feels pretty weak, especially his early game. If you don't get your transformation quick enough, you just get fucked, you know? But when it goes right for a Kane, like, it goes fucking right, you know? Like, damn, can he pop off? I'd like to thank you all for watching, and once again, thanks for your patience. I'm a lazy bastard, alright? I take my time with things. Because, I don't know, I guess I'm slow. I do have some cool stuff in the works though. Of course, Montage 5, I'm getting the clips for that. Like always, mate, don't you worry, I'm always getting clips for the next big montage or whatever. And I've got a few other little ideas and things along the lines of the fast, but not the fast, other ideas, I don't know. You might enjoy them, they might flop, but whatever. When they're done, when I finally get around to completing them, I'll upload them or whatever. And once again, thank you, and I'll catch you later.
I guess I should have just TP'd back instead of recalling there. I think that waffle guy is actually really bad at Kha'Zix.